Hi guys, name is Mark, and we're going to do a quick video here, and basically we'll call this a war of words, and silence is a language, okay people? So you look around, everything's a mess. We live in the message, the age of the mess, right? Everything's been taken out of text, context. People are dealing with cons, they're dealing with demonstrators, just look at the word demons, right? Traitors, right? So obviously they're telling you something, just add an I. So we have this whole war of words going on, and everybody they'll say stuff like, "Well, your wordplay," and people, these are not an ounce of my words. I don't even like using this language. I see past this language, and that's why personally I like to shut up. Okay, if if you look at silent, and the anagram for silent is listen. So we have two ears and one mouth for a reason, and people are walking around blah 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 blah. Blah. They're all babbling. They're using words. There's a war with words, and words can cut like a knife. And if you take words and you take the S off the end and add it to the front, now you got swords. So you have a war of words, and that's why they cut like a knife, right? Why is that, right? So now, you people aren't supposed to be all emotional and all that stuff, and oh, he or she makes me feel so good, or this makes me feel good. Life isn't about always feeling good, people. The routine never changes. You go get wood, you chop wood, you carry wood, okay? You go get wood, you chop wood, you carry wood, okay? You burn wood. You go get water, you carry water, you dispense the water. The routine just keeps going, people. So anyhow, basically, silence is a language. I've already did a video on this, but I'm going to throw a little more mud. And the people that are going to get this, well, basically, you're becoming in tune to what's going on. And it goes like this. Like, here's how a war of words can get misconstrued, right? Can be taken out of text, context. And it goes like this. I've noticed I have a couple of friends, and they talk loud, and they come off aggressive maybe to other people, but like I know them and I know that's not the case. There's just my one buddy, he's loud. I used to be loud when I was younger, so maybe we get quieter as we get older. I don't know. Anyhow, goes like this. Okay, our two dogs, basically, like, they would come out, and like him and his mom might say something, or something would go on, and in the tone of voice that's being used. And a couple of times, like, there was a skirmish between the two dogs, and the two dogs were like snarling at each other and stuff, and but they weren't going to bite each other, and so I had separated them. And so you can see how the conversation, okay, like, rah, 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 don't do this or don't do that. And it freaks the dogs out. It disturbs the nature, the silence of the dogs, okay? That it disturbs the silent frequency, okay? And so what happens is the two dogs get into a skirmish and stuff, and it's funny because when my two friends aren't around and it's just me, I can have the two dogs, one sitting on one side of me, the other sitting on the other side. I'm scratching both their asses, giving them a good rub, and no problems. But the minute people start talking, and any certain inflection in their voice and stuff will trigger the dogs, and then the dogs will think there's something wrong. And like my friend went to separate his puppy from my dog the other day, and because he had used his voice, and he's like, don't do that, and blah blah blah, and he went to, all he had to do is quietly walk up and retract his dog away, and that's it. And there wouldn't have been a skirmish between the two of them. And furthermore, the two dogs, they don't want to fight to begin with. They're smarter than humans. You follow me, people? Okay. They were just voicing their opinions, like, oh, something's wrong, and they almost got into it, but they didn't want to get into it. And I just quietly broke them up. I didn't say a word to them. I just quietly separated the two, and that was that. And like I say, in the very next day, man, I have two dogs sitting beside me because I'm quiet and I like to be silent. And again, silent, the anagram is listen, okay, people? So silence is a language. This is the main language. You can have conversations with people without even having conversations with them when the two of you are silent. And unfortunately, we live in a world where silence, if something is quiet, it seems to drive people nuts. They always want to hear music. They always want to watch television. All this stuff, it's horseshit, right? We should not need something outside of ourselves to make us feel so good, and you're back to emotions, right? Who do I want running my Starship Enterprise? Captain Kirk, who's getting all emotional because some girl's showing her thigh and pulling up her skirt, and now he's getting all emotional and horny. He's getting horny. Why is he getting horny? Right? Is he turning into a devil, wanting to chase some puss? You follow me, people? We have some problems here, people. And then you have Spock like saying, no, that's illogical. So it's illogical. That'll make you sick, right? It's not logical, and therefore he's not dealing in a world of emotions. He's just simply looking at it like, hey, whoa, I have to protect the crew on board here and this ship in order to protect the crew. You follow me, people? So silence is a language. Silence is golden, and talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words, and that's why you remain silent. You know what I mean? Like, I watch all these people talk, and it's a war of words. Well, that's not how it is, and you're wrong, and I'm right, and the other person's trying to prove how they're right, and they're wrong. And meanwhile, it's like arguing. It's like two idiots arguing. It takes two idiots to argue. It's just that simple, people. I can't make this shit up, right? So look inside. Stop looking outside of yourself for everything, because, when I'm this, and when I become that, and when I do that, and when I pay off my mortgage, I'm going to be free. So when you pay off your death pledge, you're going to be free, and even then, you're not free. You still have taxes, right? And you take the T out of taxes, and they're throwing axes at you, right? And why you people are paying taxes when you're not government workers to begin with, who are lying for social insurance numbers and social security numbers when you do not work for the government, is fraud on you to begin with. Shit is this serious, people, okay? So I'm not buttering things up. So once again, please, silence is a language. That's why the anagram to silent is listen, okay? Come from the heart. You rearrange heart, and it's ether. No different than earth, no different than weather. Take the W out, and you have ether, right? It's spelled right there for you, people, okay? So please come out of the spelling. The spell in, just add a G, right, in a spell. Come out of the spell, get out of the curse. That's why they call it cursive writing. You people have not got a clue, and then they will curse you with a death sentence. So is this the kind of sentence structure you would like? Okay, you don't even know your sentence structure, okay, people? So this is how bad things have been taken out of context, okay? So please stay out of the message, stay out of the age of the mess, avoid demonstrators at all costs like politicians. And why are they called politicians? Because they're poles, and poles are found on a battery. It's called the positive and a negative terminal. And where would you go to the airport terminal? You follow me, people. People, everything's electric. Stay out of the war of words. It's a spell, and people are constantly casting spells on each other. I'm right and you're wrong and all this shit. And it's a war of words, and you have a clash of vibrations, okay, people, with this war of words, okay? So you don't need that. That's why, like, when you're quiet, if I start going, to my dog, don't do that, and the other dog sees this, then it thinks I'm giving that dog shit, and it thinks that it's got to come and protect me. You see a problem with this, people? This is how the frequency works. So if I don't give my dog shit, and I quietly walk up and, no, that's unacceptable, and I don't say anything, then the other dog's not going to come up thinking something's wrong, thinking that it has to protect me. Okay, people? Silence is a language. Even your dog understands this, for God's sakes. All of nature understands this, but we've gotten away from what is natural, which is silence. Silence is natural, and noise is unnatural. It's naturally not natural, okay? And everybody go, oh, but it makes me feel so good. And, don't get me wrong, people. I play guitar, and I love playing guitar and stuff, but, there's a lot of shit I'm not going to listen to anymore. I'm not interested in Ozzy Osbourne and death and this and that and Satan worship, okay, people? So anyhow, again, I'm babbling, and I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this video finds you well. Please learn how to stay quiet. Learn how to go inside. Only when the eyes are closed can the mind truly see. And once you allow all this garbage to filter through you, like maybe you're meditating and you have these negative thoughts, and don't even look at it like meditating. Just close your eyes. When you close your eyes, it shows the universe that you can trust the universe, okay? It's like sitting beside a bee's nest. If you're sitting beside the bee's nest looking at the bees buzzing in and out of this, or a hornet's nest, well, you're going to probably shit your pants. But if you're not paying attention and you don't care, no mind, man, you know what? These bees or these hornets, they'll realize you pose them no harm and nothing will happen to you. Do you follow me, people? This is universal slash multiversal trust. You can even talk to, like, I know I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole different. But anyhow, you know, spirits will talk to you, and you can talk to spirits. And actually, I'll get into it. And you always know if it's a good spirit talking to you, because that'll just say, "Hey, jump in. That child's going to drown. Jump in, go get that child." That's good energy. That's good spirits. That's good silence. Still talking to you. Okay, you can have conversations with people without talking to them. Trust me, people. I know. Okay, so anyhow, those are good spirits, and bad spirits are effectively like if you hear, oh well, you know, you got voices in your head saying, well, you know, I should hurt somebody or something. Well, clearly these are bad voices, and you acknowledge that, and that's that. You say those are bad spirits. Sorry, you know, I send you guys off with love. I don't need to be talking. I don't need you guys trying to talk to me anymore. Okay, spirits can drop emails inside your head and you'll think that it's you, okay? And that's why they're called possessions, right? And everybody's running around possessed by their possessions. You follow me, right? And then they're carrying around identities, entities with them, and you were never meant to carry around another entity with you because you are an entity. You follow me, people? This is how deep shit gets. So anyhow, I send everybody green lights. Much peace, love, respect always. And until then, keep your heads up, your sticks on the ice. Namaste. Cheers. Peace. Bye.